Dragon and Tennille.
That sounds really good.
That actually sounds like a Wizards of the Coast board game. You guys want to get together this Saturday night and play Dragon and Tennille? Welcome to Pop Culture Man Children. I'm Mike Bongiorno. I'm here with Mr. Emilio J. Sparks. The J is for Jason Momoa fan.
Isn't the beard really Momoa-esque?
Yeah, it's got a real Aquaman vibe to it.
That's why I do it. The trick is to let the goatee grow out a little longer than the actual sides of the beard. And then you all blend it together.
So because you don't want it to go outwards.
You want it to go down.
Right. You don't want to go out like Karl Marx. No. You don't want the side
no.
beard. You want the downward David the Gnome.
Yes. When I walk the streets, I don't want people to go, "You Karl Marx supporter." I want them to go, Wow. You remind me of a skinnier Aquaman.
You remind me of a more dry Aquaman.
Yes, a very dry Aquaman. So I'm the very dry Emilio Sparks.
Did you know that Julie Andrews is the voice of the Kraken in that movie?
I did not.
She did not do a cameo in Mary Poppins Returns, but she did do a cameo in Aquaman.
Was it uncredited?
I believe it's credited. She's technically not the voice of the Kraken. She's the inner thoughts of the Kraken, but it's Julie Andrews.
So instead of wanting to reprise her role or even just...
No, she threw shade all over that movie.
Did she?
Well, no. She was like, whatever, I don't want to get in the way of anybody's blah, blah.
They really shouldn't have...
They wrote her cameo, which she turned down, and Angela Lansbury ended up doing, which is weird because Angela Lansbury was not in the original Mary Poppins, but was in Bedknobs and Broomsticks, which is basically Mary Poppins under a different title.
And that's all Disney?
Yes, that's all Disney. That's your Disney live action. Okay. So, Emilio, guess what happened recently?
The captain died from Captain and Tennille?
No, that was a month ago. I'm talking about what they call the big game. "Quote unquote," the big game.
Oh, the game where they play the football.
Right. We are legally not allowed
to say the other thing.
To say
SB.
Yeah. The big game.
The big game. Game day.
Did you watch the big game?
For like 20 minutes.
I don't like football.
I didn't care.
I've never cared. It seems like there's a lot of just sitting. It seems like a good sport for eating chicken wings and drinking because there's mostly nothing happening.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's what my friends do. They make a whole bunch of food. They drink a lot of beer. And they just sit.
Yeah.
And then they talk about their days in high school sports.
Oh, boy. That's some sad stuff.
Like, they reminisce.
Boy, that's a bummer. That's a real bummer. Well, the only thing that I care about are the trailers.
I didn't even care about those.
Really?
I was actually watching Halftime Heat.
All right, wait, what was that? What's Halftime Heat? What is that?
It was a WWE halftime special on the network.
What happened? What do they do at the Halftime Heat?
They wrestle.
That's it, huh?
That's it. It's just wrestling.
Any big titles? Anything big?
No, it was I think it was like a 6-man tag match.
I used to like the Puppy Bowl.
See, I've never watched the Puppy Bowl, but I would. Like, I would sit there and watch a Puppy Bowl marathon.
The thing is, it's just puppies being cute and playing, but I really wish there was more of a game. I wish they actually forced the puppies to do something.
Maybe like you would play fetch with the puppies?
Yeah, they don't. It's just basically puppies in a little kennel that looks like a stadium.
Can't we just do the People Bowl?
Isn't that what it is?
No, but instead of playing the game, the People Bowl can be just like...
Just cute people walking around?
Yeah.
Just babies, just toddlers walking around a field?
Like Baby Bowl.
Baby Bowl, yeah.
And you just have the babies crawling.
I'm for that.
But what about... you know what?
Although I feel like that's one or maybe 2 steps away from Hunger Games. Because eventually, after a couple seasons of Baby Bowl, we're like, you know what this game needs to really spice it up this season?
A toddler.
Maybe some of these babies die.
You know what I would like to see?
What?
Buongiorno Bowl.
How does that work?
I mean, you just have the Buongiorno. You just set up a camera or several cameras in the Buongiorno household, and you just watch the Buongiornos just come and go and do whatever it is that they do that Sunday.
Well, when I was a marijuana smoker, They were Buongiorno bowls every day, my friend.
I see what you did there.
I called it the big game. Hey guys, I gotta go home for the big game. So, by the way, the big game. This has been. It was really low ratings this year.
I think people are just sick of the Patriots always winning.
Probably.
I mean, they've been there 9 years in a row.
Yeah. But even though the ratings weren't that high this year, it's still a lot of money to buy time there.
Huge
so
dollars.
even though these are big trailers, they're only like 30 seconds each.
It's expensive
because that's all they can fucking go for.
It's expensive. We should have did one for PCMC.
You know what? My bank account, I checked it and it wasn't looking good. I checked it on my phone and a bat flew out of my phone.
I don't even have online banking.
It was like a Munsters bit.
I don't even have online banking.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You just have a hole in your mattress that you cut with a rusty old knife?
No, I have a bank account. I just don't prefer to put.
So how do you
my stuff online?
How do you manage? I mean, it is online. It's just you're not accessing it through your phone.
I mean,
it exists. It exists in the ether.
The Michael who actually puts money into the account. It's there in theory.
Well, don't you have to put money in, or you're gonna get the monthly maintenance fee? Don't they charge you a little shiv every month, like $20, unless you do something?
Sometimes I'll put a $5 in.
All right,
but I don't have a checking account either.
You just have a savings account?
Yeah, that's it.
When did you open this up? 1925?
No, I think Mama and Papa did it. I don't know, 1983, 84.
So let's get personal for a second. When you get paid, how do you get paid?
The checks come to the house.
You get a mailman, in a little shorts and hat. He comes with a paper, and you take the paper, and where do you go with that?
You cash it.
You go to check cashing?
Yeah.
With those cretins?
Yes. You have to do that. It's important. It's
I
like
important
that.
to give 10% of your whatever the fuck the percentage is to these monsters who cash your checks.
Yes,
standing in line behind.
It's important. It's important that Mr. McCready comes and we talk.
Yeah.
And, wait a minute. We should have make Mr. Rogers references because nobody watches our Mr. Rogers stuff. Never mind.
All right.
Never mind. But yeah, no, I don't do online banking and I don't have a checking account. That's why I've asked you sometimes, like, hey, I don't have cash on me.
What's a bank look like, you'll say?
I don't like, hey, I don't have cash on me right now.
Or we'll go out to eat and the check will come and Emilio's got to go to the bathroom all of a sudden.
Yeah.
One of those moves.
Yeah, but then when I get home, I can give you the money.
Oh, I could give you a rare Voltron for a roast beef sandwich. I don't even know what I'm talking about. You don't even eat roast beef.
Ugh.
So let's start with the Twilight Zone trailer.
I think that was the best trailer in the lot because they incorporated the Super Bowl itself.
Because of the gimmick.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah,
it was meta.
Yes, it looks like we've come back from the break, but then you see the stadium's empty, and then it says, what was it, CBS?
Yeah.
CBS is off air, and I don't know if anybody's dumb enough to be like, whoa, what's happening? But then you hear Jordan Peele, now with a beard. Serious Jordan Peele has beard.
Every serious actor.
Talking about the Twilight Zone in whatever weird metaphysical ways. I've never quite understood what the Twilight Zone is. It's an alternative.
Zone.
It's an alternative universe filled with satire and irony.
It's the zone.
Like if I lived in the Twilight Zone and I liked shoes, I'd wake up with hand feet.
Yes.
Like, is that the idea?
And you just have to figure out how to walk on your hands.
Yeah.
So the entire episode would be like you failing at the handstand.
Yeah.
You failing at that.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I can't do this. And then you have a dream where you actually have regular hands.
Yeah.
And you wish that you would have that, and then something would happen. And
yeah. Side note: did you ever see the Carol Burnett episode?
No.
There's an episode of Carol Burnett, and it's.
She tugs on her ear the entire episode?
I'm not sure if she does, but it's famous for having a laugh track, and it's the only Twilight Zone that has the laugh track, which is bizarre in its own way. Anyway, it was a good trailer. I'm not sold on this show yet. I like Jordan Peele. I love Get Out. I loved him as Key and Peele. He also appears in one of the other trailers we're looking at today, Toy Story 4.
Which is really good.
But the weird thing is, you know what it's doing? It's doing the same thing that the new Halloween did, where it's kind of like, hey guys, prestige, right? We're coming back with a big title, trying to make us forget that we've already come back with this title 100 times before. I mean, we've done the Twilight Zone again a bunch of times. The last time was 2001, 2002 with
Forrest
Whitaker as the host, and we did it in the 80s.
Yeah, but I think you can bring back that franchise constantly because you can always tell new stories. There's always a new narrative to push.
I think it could do well now just because we've got Black Mirror, and I think to some extent we also have like American Horror Story that's season by season. So I think maybe the idea of anthology is something we have a taste for now. But I don't know if it will go. Plus, this is on CBS All Access.
But is it an anthology television show?
Yeah. Every episode's an entirely different story with an entirely different cast.
Yeah, I was getting it confused with episodic. My apologies.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, well, what do you think that they got to do? They want to make CBS All Access a thing.
They should say at the end of the commercial, CBS All Access, get your grandmother's passcode for it.
I'm curious to watch CBS All Access.
Well, they're starting like season 3 of the new Star Trek, which the people I know who have CBS All Access are like, oh, did you see Star Trek last night?
No, I don't watch
Other professors, you know these kinds of people. They're like, hey, did you see the new Star Trek? And I'm like, I'm not that kind of nerd.
I like Star Wars.
I like the wars. Get off this elevator. But I don't know. Do you think people are gonna go and be like Twilight Zone, or
no?
It's not gonna happen.
You know, the funny thing that I've noticed with CBS is that they're, like you said, they're doing everything nostalgia. So Magnum PI,
but they're hiding
Murphy
it.
Brown, Star Trek, the Twilight Zone. Yeah. It's all like, hey, let's just do these quick cash grabs and try to get subscribers to this streaming platform. Because that's where it's going to go eventually.
Right, but the problem is it's like the DC Universe where you got to link up with some other content. It's too specific.
Well, DC Universe's content's really good. I've heard Doom Patrol got really good reviews.
I liked the first episode of Doom Patrol, but I'll tell you what chapped my bum.
What?
I got it originally for their first original show, Titans, and then a month after the Titans finale, it's on Netflix.
Oh, so I can watch it now.
What did I pay for? Yeah, you can watch it now. Everyone can watch it now. I'm the fool. They played me the fool, Emilio.
Yes, you are. You are.
I want to call up DC and be like, don't play me for the fool.
They're going to laugh at you. They'll be like, listen, Swamp Thing's coming out next.
They'll be like, enjoy Doom Patrol. And then it'll be on Hulu in 2 weeks.
I can't wait.
Doom Patrol's good. It's fun so far.
Okay, I gotta watch it. But yeah, that's what they're doing though. They're creating this exclusive content specifically for this streaming site. So you can't watch it on network television. You have to go to our streaming property to watch it.
Is it gonna work?
I think so. I mean, the business model that WWE has with it works. I mean, WWE has NXT and 205 Live on it, which are like different brands that have completely different professional wrestlers on it. And plus they have docu-series and other little things.
But I don't think CBS has that much. I mean, I don't know.
It's also, I think it's two different fan bases too. I think the wrestling fan base is a little bit more hardcore, and they even have that with NFL packages and MLB packages, Major League Baseball.
But I feel like there's a lot more to get into there. Where with CBS, I mean, they are doing some more Star Trek shows, so they're trying to expand it. I don't know.
It depends on what they have intellectual property-wise and what they want to make money on. It's all a matter of let's just grab the streaming site. Now, I don't know, do you have to pay for that, or since CBS is a free network,
you got to pay for it.
You got to pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it a month?
Probably like $7 or something, like the rest of them.
See, I'm not gonna go and watch and stream something that I know I could be watching on television for free.
But it's not going to be on television.
No, but I'm saying, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like, it's CBS. It's been free since Marconi invented the fucking radio. Like, you know what I mean?
Guglielmo Marconi, everybody. The father of
modern broadcasting.
Wireless telegraphy. The Avengers Endgame
did nothing for me.
It looks like, I never watched this show, but I'm going to make a comparison anyway. Didn't it have a vibe of like The Leftovers? Like, this is a world where half the people died?
Yes.
Like, is Cap America in an AA meeting? You see him in
just
a room.
Sitting there.
You see him in a room looking pensive, sitting on a dirty folding chair. There's a sign that says, like, something crazy like now that half the people have gone, what leaves us, or
Yeah.
where do we go, or
Where do
whatever.
we go, yeah.
Like people are like dealing with like half of life. By the way, I thought of something.
He shaved. Wasn't a fan of that.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Side note: Did half the animals die? I feel like we don't have an answer to this. Did half of all cats and doggies die, and deer and sheep and
No,
fish?
I think
just humans.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to eradicate half the human population, and that way you have like. Listen, here's the deal,
Guys, write in if you know the answer to this.
Listen, here's what I think Thanos really was. He was into sustainability, conservatism.
He's really the
he was
Al Gore of the galaxy.
Honestly, he was just trying to make. He was just watching out for our best interest, which was our carbon footprint.
Yeah.
So he was just like, you know what? Let me bring up conservationism, and let me tell you guys about sustainability.
Hashtag I'm with Thanos.
You have to be. So he's like, all right, well, if I get rid of half the population, salmon can swim upstream with no problems now.
There'll be half as much more food for the rest of us.
Exactly.
But the Avengers
half the pollution's gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sounds great.
It's like a utopia where everybody just can freely now like drive. Like you could drive if you're a LA fan of PCMC, because I've gotten a couple tweets about that. You can now drive up the PCH and not sit in traffic for 2 hours.
I love all the fans. Go listen to the Mr. Rogers episode. It needs numbers.
Please, could you?
Do you think there'll be a character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe who's like for it now?
The environmentalist?
No, well, if you want to put it that way, but do you think like there'll be one character like Wasp, and she'd be like, she Cap will be like, come with us, and she'd be like, no, I'm good. I think this was good. I mean, at first I was freaked out, but I think things are better now.
Well, it can't be Wasp because she crumbled at the end of the.
Oh yeah, she's spoiler alert, she's a dead one.
Yeah.
All right, well, maybe it's somebody. Maybe Rocket Raccoon is like, you know what? Hey.
I could see him doing it. Yeah.
I could see him being like, it's fine. This is good.
Yeah.
He's eating a cheesecake, and he's like, I love Earth.
Hey, listen, Groot was kind of an asshole.
Yeah. By the way, there's that dramatic shot at the end where they're all the survivors are walking in a line, and it's like, we don't give up. And you see the sunset behind them, and they're in silhouette, but you see a little rocket.
Yeah.
And I can't help but like giggle at them trying to take Rocket seriously.
You can't.
The tones of these movies are so different, but now the tones are so, I don't know what, it's all over the place. There's a scene in the trailer where you see Tony Stark building something next to fucking Karen Gillan as Blueface. What's her name?
Blueface. Let's just call her Blueface.
Blueface. You get, Gamora's sister. And it's like, boy, this
Nebula.
is... Nebula, thank you.
Blueface.
This is bananas. I don't know. Do you even need trailers for this movie? It's coming out.
We know it's coming out. We're going to be excited for it, I think. I'm not really excited for it.
I think...
Because the last one exhausted me.
Sure, yeah.
But also at the same time, too, I get it. I understand his ideology. And I'm like, this ain't bad.
I think because there's less characters now, this could be a tighter movie.
Because it was very convoluted, the last one.
You can now just have everyone who survived come together, and then Captain Marvel at some point. Which they didn't show Captain Marvel in the trailer, which is smart. But she got her own trailer.
Yeah.
Which did kind of nothing for me. I mean, I'm excited about the movie. I love Brie Larson. I've been on the Brie Larson train since
that one shot.
United States of Tara.
Well, that one shot where she's like flying up and she's all like illuminated in her powers or her bioluminescence, and she has the headpiece on. It's fantastic.
I've seen that before, haven't I?
It was a great shot, though.
It looks good, but there's nothing about it that I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested as a Marvel nerd. I'm interested in the Skrulls and bring the Skrulls into things.
I think it's actually a smart way to do it, because then maybe the later universe, now the next wave of the cinematic universe, is the Kree-Skrull War, and maybe
instead of all the fucking Hydra, instead of Hydra being the bad guys in everything, behind everything, it'll be the Skrull.
Maybe we get that now. Maybe we get Secret War next.
What is Phase 5? What phase would it be after this is over?
I thought it would be the new Phase 2.
Why don't they take 5 years off? Why don't they just say, for 5 years, guys, we're not doing anything? That's not going to happen.
We burned you out.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
We changed the landscape of what movies are.
Buy the 21 movie box set.
Do that, and then we'll see you guys in 3 years.
Yeah. When we reboot Iron Man.
Yeah. Starring Zac Efron.
Yeah.
As Tony Stark in his 20s.
That actually sounds great to me.
He's handsome.
So you like the Captain Marvel trailer?
Yeah.
I like have you noticed that Samuel Jackson seems to be an ageless god?
Yeah.
He looks the same in every movie, in every time period. Like, they make him look, it's supposed to be the 90s in Captain Marvel, and he's got hair, so that indicates younger, but he looks fine.
Not a wrinkle on his face.
Right. He's also in Spider-Man, which there wasn't, I don't think there was a Spider-Man Super Bowl trailer.
No.
But he's older Nick Fury in that, and the man is, I don't know, he's either 35 or 78, somewhere in between there.
I hope I age as good as Samuel L. Jackson.
Not gonna happen. I mean, you already look worse now.
I know.
And he's probably double your age, I imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Toy Story 4. You got a friend in me.
They explained the Key and Peele cameos.
Yes, they did. They are. It was weird. It was another. I've been interested in the marketing of this movie. They've been doing interesting things with it. Like,
they're not really giving us anything.
Right,
with
it's
the
just
plot.
like a little scene. It was a little scene,
which is smart. I think.
They're at an amusement park, and Buzz is missing. Yeah,
like a little
carnival, right? And we see Buzz being strapped to a wall at a sort of carny game.
Yep.
So a kid can win him, and Key and Peele are the top prize stuffed animals, and they are giving him shit. And Jordan Peele is like the little ducky who's like kicking him in the face, and then he touches his chest and he makes his dome come up, and it snags Ducky's foot, and then he's screaming, and that's basically it.
Well, you also forgot the one important thing.
What? Bo Peep?
No, well, Buzz Lightyear kept on saying, "Watch Last Man Standing. Watch Last Man Standing.
No,
Watch Last Man Standing."
that was just a dream you had.
Oh, I thought it was Watch Last Man Standing. Watch Last Man Standing.
Or maybe when you put on your They Live glasses.
That's what it really is. It's just one big advertisement for Last Man Standing.
Yeah. You have a struggle in a back alley with Keith David and Rowdy Piper.
And then we're sitting there and we're like, we got to fight Tim Allen.
Yeah.
I'd fight Tim Allen.
I think you'd win.
I think I would too.
Yeah. I think you'd hit him so hard his
go,
plastic surgery would... Yes. That's how we react.
Right?
So Bo Peep seems to be a big part of this movie.
It's about time.
She's been around, right?
She's been around since the first movie.
And her and Woody, did they ever consummate their love? Or is it just a will they, won't they?
No, well, they kissed at the end of the first one.
Did they? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But didn't he go on to the other cowgirl?
Jessie.
Yeah.
I think so.
Or no, or is that his, like, gullible little sister?
Jessie is such a forgettable character. I think the second movie is pretty forgettable.
I don't even remember it.
I've only seen it once.
The first one's the best.
Yeah, and 3's good, but no, I don't think the best.
The first one, I think, is...
Yeah, first one's solid. But it's funny, if you look at the first one now, the effects aren't great.
No.
But looking at the trailer again today for Toy Story 4, like, they really look like toys. Like, it really looks amazing.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, they can barely do humans back in the first one.
Well, the technology got better, that's why.
Yeah. Are
they toyetic, though?
I believe they're toyetic.
Do you think so?
Absolutely. I mean, the president of Kenner would say these are definitely toyetic. I was... all right, let's talk about Hobbs and Shaw. Or Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Now...
Fantastic.
Why?
It looks great.
It does. What's the plot?
Who cares? One guy's a healthy guy. What is he drinking? A protein shake. The other guy's drinking a beer.
Yeah.
You hear the riff from Why Can't We Be Friends? Bum, 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 bum. They're arguing with each other. The Rock's like, I've saved the world 4 times already. I love it. Sign me up. There's a supervillain in it. It's just a Marvel movie at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm questioning. What does it have to do with cars?
It hasn't had to do with cars in years. I haven't, by the way, I've seen none of them. But all I know is that the first one was basically a rip-off of Point Break. but with an undercover cop, but instead of surfing, it was car racing.
Okay.
And then with every sequel, it got more ridiculous to like the point where they're like driving tanks and fucking crashing into fucking submarines. And now this one has Idris Elba as basically like Electro or whatever the fuck. He's a straight up supervillain, and I'm here for it.
Well, they had me at Idris.
Yes, they had me. I like The Rock. I love The Rock. And I think Jason Statham, I've always liked him, but he was so funny in Spy that he really, for me, like, I was like, wow, this guy actually has chops and he can be funny. He's a good straight man.
Yes.
He gets what's funny.
You forget that he actually can act.
Right.
And you're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Right. He got sort of stuck in the...
Crank.
Yeah, he got stuck in the action thing. But what's funny is he's such a different action guy from The Rock. The Rock is huge, and Jason Statham is nothing physically like The Rock.
Well, didn't they even make a joke in the trailer about like the difference in sizes too?
I think they're a bickering duo in the films that they've already existed in.
Oh, see, again, I didn't know.
This is a spin-off.
So Shaw.
So they've been around.
So Shaw was a character.
Shaw and Hobbs were both characters. That's for I think the last couple of movies.
Okay, because I didn't know.
The end set piece where they're like, we'll both jump and
that was funny.
Go down the wire, and The Rock's the only one who does it, and then I don't know which one is Hobbs and which one is Shaw.
The Rock is, I think, Hobbs.
Okay,
because he's the one fighting the guy with the machine gun.
Yeah,
as he's sliding down a skyscraper.
Right, and
Shaw is in the elevator just waving to him, like,
which is playing Why Can't We Be
like,
Friends?
Hi, Dick.
Yeah.
I tricked you into doing this.
It looks very funny. It looks... I can't wait. It looks like a fun time.
The Rock is funny.
Yeah.
The Rock is just the man, so...
It looks like a fun time at the Motion Picture House.
We should go see it when it comes out.
You know who's not going to see it? Vin Diesel.
Why?
Because he hates The Rock.
Well, that's because The Rock made the franchise more money.
And they don't like each other. Well, actually, The Rock doesn't dislike anybody. He's a man of the people.
Yeah.
But Vin Diesel doesn't like The Rock.
How can you not like The Rock?
I think he feels like this was my show. This was my franchise. Yeah, because there was a Hobbs and Shaw stinger at the end of the last Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah.
And right before they released it, Vin Diesel heard about it and told the studio, like, remove that. And they removed it for him. So he's definitely not happy about this motion picture.
No.
And Vin Diesel's kind of a creep.
Who would you rather watch? Vin Diesel or The Rock on TV?
The Rock.
I'd rather see The Rock. I don't check for Vin Diesel's Instagram. You know whose Instagram I go to constantly?
Jason Momoa.
Besides his.
The Rock.
The Rock.
I want to see how much sushi he's eating on cheat day.
And I want to see the cookies.
Yeah. What he eats on cheat day, I eat in a week.
I don't know how he does it.
He'd be like, it's cheat day. I got Netflix and I got my sushi and I got my... Or sometimes it's like I got pancakes and like 17 stacks.
17 pancakes.
It's like that bit in Monty Python where the guy keeps eating and then he explodes. It's insane the amount of food. It's almost, to be The Rock, it must almost be like a pain in the ass to eat. You're like a machine that just keeps running out. You're like an old phone that can't keep its charge. And
and he has tequila too.
I gotta. But he never had candy before he was on Jimmy Fallon. Did you see that?
No.
He's like, I've never had candy. Could you imagine? That's why he looks like that. And
yeah, because the pancakes with the chocolate chips in them.
But he never had candy.
And the cookies.
And Jimmy Fallon had a bunch of...
What candy, though?
They tried...
Sweet Tarts, Now and Laters?
I think they tried Nerds. I think they tried Sour Patch Kids. I forget.
Was he a fan?
Jimmy, he was like, yeah, it's not bad.
No, that means he didn't like it.
Well, it's a Jimmy Fallon bit.
Oh, so it's unfunny.
Right. So where was it going to go anyway?
Nowhere.
Like, there's no end to the bit other than, let's present this guy with candy.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah. The one that got me the most excited is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark by Guillermo del Toro. If you're interested in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, scroll down and look for the PCMC episode on Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Call back.
I read you a few choice little ones.
Little excerpts.
Yeah. Actually, no, I read whole stories because they're like 2-page stories.
Oh.
I don't know what your relationship is with this book series. Do you have one at all?
No, but you know me. I'm not into horror.
I understand.
So I checked
Some of
out
it's
after
funny, though.
I checked out after the second trailer. Like, I watched all of them, but I was out.
Okay. You didn't check out like, oh, I'm scared, and you went and hid in the closet.
No, I was just like...
You were just like, I'm not interested.
I'm not interested in this.
I got the original Scary Stories from Scholastic, and...
How did it make you feel?
It made me feel good. I think it was the first book I ever read on my own. And I remember reading at reading time in 4th grade, The Babysitter Story, which is the story of like that Scream's based on, and it's calling from inside the house, that story. The book is really well known for its illustrations, its original illustrations, and it looks like the film has been really faithful in adapting the illustrations. Like the monsters, they show the sort of like kind of weird lumpy girl. They show her in the trailer. She looks exactly like she does in the illustrations. They show the trailer. There's one. What they did was a bunch of little spots doing different stories, because it's going to be a sort of anthology movie of like 5 or 6 stories or whatever.
Okay.
They showed the girl who has a pimple, but it's really spiders, and you saw the little spider.
That I was a little bit uncomfortable
freaked you out,
with.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes your skin crawl.
Yeah, it did. It made me feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
They did the toe, the girl who comes in and she's like, "Who has my toe?"
Oh,
Which,
yeah.
if I remember correctly, is one of the funny ones, because there's some funny stories in there too. That will be like, it'll say parentheses, now grab the person you're reading to, like a prank almost.
Yeah.
It's just, the books are scary and but fun, and I'm just super excited about this movie. Everything I've seen so far has hit the mark on, this is correct. This is the right way to do this.
You know the canon. You get it.
Yeah.
You understand it. I've never read the book, so I really don't have much to chime in on this.
It's a trilogy.
Oh, so it's a trilogy of books.
Maybe it's even a thrilogy.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
Oh, sorry. Fell out of my chair on that one.
You were
Yeah,
you were showboating a little bit.
I actually was seeing a woman in 2008, and I had I think it was 25th anniversary editions of the books.
Oh, you bought copies.
Oh, I've got many copies. I have my originals that I found in the attic, which I'm so happy about. But I bought a 25th anniversary beautiful copy, and this young lady, who will go unnamed,
She took it.
I lent it to her.
You're a dummy.
And then, as it seems to happen, the relationship went sour, went south, tits up, if you will. And I said, "Do you have my Scary Stories books?" And she was like, "I don't know where they are. Let me look. I can't find them." And I've never... That particular copy is gone with the wind, my friend.
Well, you know how she did it. She was like, well, I'm going to stick it up his ass.
I'm going to fucking burn these precious, precious, amazing books.
And that's what she probably did with her girlfriends. Like, they probably, like...
They had a whole fuck Mike party
Of course they did.
where they fucking shit on my book and then burned it.
And they burned it. And they're like, I'm going to fix his ass.
She was probably right, though. In 2008, I was not the best
It's
person.
like when an ex-girlfriend takes your hoodie and never gives it back.
Yes, but imagine it's a hoodie that represents everything you loved about your childhood.
Yeah. Well, that's why she wanted to crush your childhood.
Yeah.
She thought, oh, I'll fix his ass, yeah. But it didn't happen, though, because you have like 12 copies of this book.
It's true, I do. I have many copies. Since then, I've acquired many copies.
Did you get another 25th anniversary?
No, but I have, I think, the 30th anniversary.
Nice. So it's the same. But it's the same book.
Yeah, and I found my originals, which is the most exciting thing.
See now,
the OGs.
I would call you an asshole if you gave her the originals.
I didn't know that I still had the originals at that time. They were still lost in the vaults.
So the OGs are now where?
They are in a gigantic container store like trunk,
Of course they are.
protected behind laser pointers and various security measures. Nobody's getting this shit now.
Are they in pristine condition, the OGs?
No. First book I ever read.
Oh, so you destroyed it.
I was in 4th grade.
Yeah.
It's got a charm. They're charmingly fucked up.
You have pictures?
No, I never. Even then, I had respect. I wouldn't draw on my own books. Even then.
Do you ever draw in textbooks? And be like, turn the page this into this, and then turn the page this to this.
I used to do that with textbooks that I didn't own, like the ones that the state would give you.
Yeah.
Like in class, but never my own. Although, like for scholarly reasons, when I'm studying something, I do a lot of circling and underlining and sometimes questioning.
No, but I'm
sometimes
talking
I'll
about
be like bullshit. I do a lot of writing in the margins.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like, defacing a school textbook. Like I've never done that either.
No.
But I was always into reading. Turn the page, da-da-da-da. And then you turn to the page. Turn to the page, da-da-da-da. Then when you turn to the page, you're a fucking idiot for turning all these pages.
It was a journey.
Yeah, it was.
I used to be a fan of making a little stick figure cartoon on the edge of the book.
Ah, so it looks like he's walking.
Yeah, a little animation. Do a little animation instead of math.
All right.
What do you remember the first book you read?
Yeah, actually.
What was it?
The Dharma Bums by Jack Kerouac.
How old were you?
You want to guess?
15?
No.
12.
Older.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was 22.
22?
Yeah.
You had to have read something before then. I'm talking about like kids books.
No, the first book.
That was the first man book you read as a man.
I guess that was the first man book I read as a man that I got into. That I started reading after that, where I started to crave books and literature.
Yeah. That's not what I mean. I mean like
I wasn't into reading. I wasn't.
As a kid, you didn't read anything?
No, fuck no.
Did your parents ever read to you?
Yeah. Curious George and the Gingerbread Man and Dr. Seuss. I love Seuss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your favorite Seuss?
Oh, the Lorax.
Nice.
And you're
Conservate because it's all about the carbon footprint.
I gotta
to bring it back to Thanos.
Can't be wasting.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not waste.
I collect children's books. It's one of
It's an odd collection.
probably my creepier collections, only because.
Yeah. I mean,
there's nothing creepy about it other than the fact that I love books and I love illustrations and design and stuff. It's not like I drive around in a van trying to read the book to kids.
For now.
I, just
time.
read it on my own.
Give it time.
Around Halloween, I like to read some scary stories to tell in the dark. And some...
Were you a big Goosebumps kid?
No, as a matter of fact, I was not. I actually was not. I never read a single Goosebumps.
Mike, when they would give out those Scholastic things where you would have to bring it home.
Oh my God, best day of my life.
We would throw them at each other, me and my buddies.
But there were toys on there too. There was nothing on there that interested you?
No, there was nothing of interest.
There was no WWE bullshit?
No, there wasn't back then. We would just crumple up the fucking papers and just throw them at each other.
I was the fourth grader who would look at you and be like, Philistine.
Yeah, we were the ones that would torment you. We would like stick our fingers in
I'd be like, guys, I'm trying to read scary stories. This is reading time. Miss Smith!
Yeah, we would give you wet
Miss
willies.
Smith! Yeah.
Oh, we would have bullied you.
And you can see more of this on our new spin-off prequel, PCMC Babies, coming fall to CBS All Access.
It's better from the creators of Young Sheldon.
Well, this has been fun. All right, this has been Pop Culture Man Children PCMC. I'm Mike Bongiorno. That's Emilio Sparks.
The captain.
And I'm Tennille. Listen to Pop Culture Man Children on everywhere you can get your podcasts.
Just give us a listen.
Listen, review,
subscribe, share.
Rate, share. Share is the most important thing.
Sharing is caring.
And we're on, let's just say I'm on fucking Pop Culture Man Children at Public.
You wouldn't even know that I'm even a contributor to this program.
Not from the Insta.
Not from the Insta.
This is all me, baby. It's all my brand.
It is.
At Pop Culture Man Children on Instagram. All right, let's go bye-bye.